There's a lot of people today preaching about universal love, but does loving everyone really work? What about neo-Nazis, terrorists, and murderers? There are so many people today talking about universal, unconditional love, which means that you should love anyone and everyone, regardless of their content as a person. The problem is that people don't think this through. And we're going to examine this critically right now and see exactly what happens when you love everyone no matter what. The problem is, people who talk about loving everyone, regardless of their content, are thinking with their feelings, with their emotions. They aren't using logic and reason. They feel like if they show love to someone that is hateful, then that person will become loving themselves. But really, that's crazy. It does not matter how much love you show to a Nazi or a terrorist. After you're done hugging them, they're still going to cut your head off. We're going to do a thought experiment to show what happens in situations like this. Now, we're going to be extreme in our examples to emphasize and make clear an important point. So, let's talk about three different groups. The first group will be people that think their way is right and everyone else should be forcibly made to think the way they do. For example, if they think that homosexuality is wrong, then according to them, no one should be permitted to practice homosexuality. If they believe that women should submit to men, then all women must do this. This is a terrible mindset to have, and these are horrible people. Now, for ease of communication, let's call these first types of people barbarians. Now, the second group of people think that everyone should live and love together in harmony. And this is fine, but they practice universal love and they accept everyone no matter what. They don't understand how hateful the barbaric group is. And we'll call these types of people love and lighters. The third type of people understand that everyone should live together in peace and harmony and love. However, they know that there are barbaric minds out there trying to dominate, oppress, and take away your rights. They understand the extreme danger of these barbaric minds and know that anyone who tries to irrationally oppress the freedom of the individual or the whole must be stopped. Now, we'll call this third group of people the rationalists. Now imagine that there are three islands, one island for each group of person. The barbarians live on the first island, the love and lighters live on the second island, and the rationalists live on the third island. On the first island, inhabited by the barbarians, there's nothing but endless wars and bloodshed. You have Nazis and terrorists and hateful religious extremists. Everyone there is fighting each other for dominance and control, and each group thinks that they are right. The second island is inhabited by the love and lighters. They're getting along, living in peace, and everything's fine. They believe in complete and total tolerance, acceptance, and love no matter what. But then, the barbarians from the first island arrive and ask to be let in. Since they believe in universal acceptance, they allow them to come in. The love and lighters are able to understand that everyone should live together in harmony, but they can't understand that the barbaric minds will never accept this. This is catastrophic. The barbaric minds will now dominate and enslave all of the minds on the second island. This is the fatal flaw of those who preach nothing but love, light, and universal acceptance. Finally, the third island is inhabited by the rationalists. They exist together without any physical conflict. They cooperate together, work together, and engage in healthy competition. They can live their lives however they like as long as they are not irrationally impeding the freedom of another person or the whole. Now, when the barbaric minds from the first island are asked to be permitted onto the third, they are absolutely denied. Since these barbaric minds can't let people think for themselves and be themselves, then they must live in the hell that they have created on the first island. If anyone on the third island irrationally restricts another's freedom, then they are ejected from the third island and sent to live on the first island with the barbaric minds. The love and lighters from the second island are free to come live on the third island. But the love and lighters will try to convince the rationalists to practice universal acceptance and let the barbaric minds live there too. When the rationalists don't do this, they call them evil. See, those from the second island are unable to understand why the barbarians can't be permitted. So in the third island, everyone is welcome, as long as they follow the rules by not irrationally impeding the freedom of another or the whole. Violating this will not be tolerated. We don't tolerate sexism, violence, or homophobia. We don't tolerate Nazis, terrorists, and hateful religions. They are intolerant, and we don't tolerate intolerance. Now, some people might say, isn't that hypocritical? Doesn't that make us intolerant? This is what love and lighters often think, but that doesn't make any sense. You're not following it through rationally. The philosopher Karl Popper said, if we extend unlimited tolerance even to those who are intolerant, if we are not prepared to defend a tolerant society against the onslaught of the intolerant, then the tolerant will be destroyed, and tolerance with them. We should therefore claim, in the name of tolerance, the right not to tolerate the intolerant. We should claim that any movement preaching intolerance places itself outside the law, and we should consider incitement to intolerance and persecution as criminal. In the same way, we should consider incitement to murder or to kidnapping or to the revival of the slave trade as criminal. What this means is that if you tolerate an ideology that is intolerant, then it will destroy those who are tolerant. Those that are tolerant have to defend themselves against the intolerant. And any ideology that preaches intolerance should not be allowed to exist. In other words, if you tolerate intolerance, tolerance itself will be destroyed. If you accept the unaccepting will destroy acceptance. Some people think that we are intolerant because we do not accept any ideology that perpetuates, promotes, or preaches intolerance. But really, those people that do tolerate these systems are the ones that are intolerant. They are intolerant by allowing an intolerant system to exist. They're just not smart enough. They don't have the foresight to understand the consequences of their actions. Albert Einstein said, "The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything." Don't allow intolerance to perpetuate. By doing so, you are aiding intolerance. You're letting it thrive and grow. Love is a unifying function, and hate is a separating function. You don't love something that is hateful. You don't apply a unifying function to a separating function because it will tear you apart from the inside. You love love and you hate hate. You love, unify with, those that promote love, and you hate, separate from, hateful, intolerant, sexist, violent ideologies. It's really not a difficult concept. If you have cancer, you don't love the cancer. You take a knife and you cut it out. You don't love that which is killing you. This world is being destroyed by hateful, cancerous ideologies, and they don't need love. They need to be cut out. Hyperions are not love and lighters. We are rationalists. We don't accept any intolerant ideologies. We don't accept Nazis or terrorists or hateful religions. We live on the third island. Everyone should be given equal opportunity, regardless of gender, sexual preference, age, or race. We encourage healthy competition, and people should be rewarded according to their achievements. We are governed by logic and reason, and everyone is free to explore themselves, their world, and their own minds. If you're tolerant, if you support equal opportunity for everyone, if you're a rationalist, then join us on the third island. My name is Morgue, herald of the new Hyperion age. Ad Astra, to the stars. Make sure that you like and subscribe and check out my Patreon for hidden videos. That's what's so important, is to form that community. A community, a new society where individuals are coming together who have this understanding of reality to support each other, to create together, and to build a new world together. These people, all of us together, and this is what we're doing right now, need to form that system. Because without it, it can be very difficult. It can be a sense of isolation. If you want to help us move forward, then join us on Patreon. It's how I'm able to make these videos, and it's the fuel that allows us to create world change. Now, for everyone on Patreon, thank you for your support, my friends. Let's create that third island.